Good evening, Canada. Welcome back to our weekly talk show, Voice of Canada, hosted by Asphandiar Wadiwalla, and my co-host is Cindy Young. We have a very dynamic businessman from a very popular and a famous store, fresh food store, Apna Farm,
Thank you.
Mustafa Hazari.
Thank you.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
So, introduce yourself with your name to our audience.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mustafa Hazari, and I migrated to Canada in 2000, May 2000. It's been nearly about 25 years,
Wow.
and I'm really happy to be here. And this is it.
And a successful businessman.
Yeah, of course. And I just say this Canada is the best place to be.
In the world, yeah. Definitely.
And I'm one of those luckiest people who came here and
Worked
we
hard
worked hard. Yeah,
and whatever you have achieved is in front of everybody.
we tried our best,
Thank you. Come on, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cindy Young. I'm the co-host for this evening's show of Voice of Canada, and a very special welcome to our guest today. Mr. Mustafa Hazari, if you could inform our audience when Apna Farm Fresh Food Market was launched here in Canada, to give us a full history of the grocer's
Give us
business.
the whole history, how
Yeah.
it started.
Yes, we as I came in 2000, migrated here, and after that, I was looking for a small business to do start from somewhere. So only thing in my mind was, because I come from a Gujarati family, we
And a
belong to
businessman family.
a businessman family. I always used to do business back home too. So here also, I was inclined to more towards business. I was looking for start from somewhere, which was very difficult for me in the starting. But by the grace of God, I did it, and we found a small store on Eglinton and Ontario,
Highway 10.
Highway 10. So I got that store in 2001,
Mhm.
which was nearly going to be closed down. And me and my wife Maria, we went into it, and that's it.
From
That
there
is
you
from there we
started.
started.
It's the history of Apna
It
Farm.
was October 2001, I think, if I'm
Lovely,
not wrong.
lovely.
Since then, I have
Wow.
never looked back. And today we are like from 1,000 square feet to we have nearly about 11,500
So it's
Wow.
a
square feet.
gigantic
It's
store.
huge.
Yeah.
Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
So, but it took time, but it was my dream to be
Yeah.
what I am today.
Very
and-
nice.
Hard work pays in Canada.
Of course,
Yes.
no doubt about that.
Mustafa Bhai, inform our viewers how many Apna Farm grocery stores are in operation here in Ontario.
We have two at the moment. The one in Mississauga Road in Steeles, which we have franchised to and our family people,
Very
cousins,
nice.
and
Very
they are managing themselves.
Mhm.
They are under our name, and they have nearly same setup of everything.
Like Apna
But
Farm.
it's a smaller store, of course. It's about like not too big, but at the moment, the one at the Ridgeway in the new Plaza, we moved in about 2 years back,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Oh, very nice. As you're operating a huge store, how do you manage to produce thousands of items for daily use? And also, do you import items?
Yeah, I do. It's been, as I say, it's nearly 23 years of my going like into this business, and I go through a lot of things, a lot of research and everything. So that's the way I do bring the things which our people, especially people coming from other countries, all ethnic,
Ethnic products plus the Canadian products.
plus, of course.
Right.
So I have to look into every branding and what's in the market, what's new. So we keep bringing it.
It's a research,
It's a research everyday
Yes.
thing.
continuous research.
Continuously,
Yeah.
trying to figure
But
it
you
all
must be having more than 5,000-6,000 items.
No, I was
No?
going to that. We started from about 2,000 or so, if I'm not
Mhm.
wrong. But today we have
Apparently-
more than 20,000 SKUs.
Wow.
Wow. I thought
That's
maximum
huge.
20,000
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
items.
huge.
sometimes we feel it's enough is enough,
Yeah,
but
that's
it keeps
huge.
coming, new things.
Yeah.
And you have to keep,
It's
you have
a
to
big
cater,
world,
You have to cater
yeah,
for
that's
the
it.
for public.
Exactly,
When
yeah.
new things come, you have to introduce in your store.
Example.
Wow, that's incredible.
Mustafa, as you just mentioned that you had franchised one store. So I was about to ask you, do you have any plans to franchise your brand? But will be opening more stores in future if anybody is interested? And what would be the rough estimate cost for a small size store?
To be honestly, for me, I work to be I work to be independent, and I like to be independent. And at the moment, me, my wife, and I have one partner. He is my. We are together since last, I think, more than 12, 14 years now.
Wow.
And we have a good
From the last store.
Yeah, from the last store.
Yeah.
And it's going on good, and we are all happy with that. So
And
maybe
very busy, rather.
busy. So like franchising is not in our at the moment. I'm not thinking
Not
of
in
it,
your
but
Right.
I can be. I mean, I can assess somebody. I mean, who was interested. We will work with them.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. You also operate a fairly large meat products counter at your Apna Farms
Yep.
current location. As to manage a meat store is not an easy task.
Easy task.
Plus, you get trained manpower is another issue. Please inform us and our audience the challenges you face running a meat shop as well.
Because many have failed.
Yeah, you're
in running a
100%
meat shop.
true. It's really a difficult job. But my best thing about Apna Farm is that my partner is an expert butcher. He has about more than 30 years
Oh,
experience.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from his, I think when he was 18, 16 years old, since he's been doing this, and he's been all over the world. So he's very experienced, and like with his help, it's really for me, it's not that difficult. We hire people, we pay good to them, we keep our employees happy, and it's like all employees are like our family,
Right.
and we treat them as a family.
Nice.
So I have employees who are working since last 15 years with me,
15.
and
Wow.
nobody wants to leave me.
No.
you
Yeah,
know,
they're like
it's
a family.
Yeah,
In the
it
boring
is a
community,
family.
The continuous
And
is
only thing,
Absolutely.
and we keep looking for good help. You know,
Yeah.
we recently we brought a couple of employees from Philippines. You know,
Oh,
very good.
nice.
and
very
they are really good workers, and
Nice.
of course. So that's the way we'll keep looking, and if we
Right.
need more, we just ask for.
And then you hire
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
And being a good employer, that's the main thing these days.
That's it. I mean, because it's a costly section, you know, for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in a longer run, you see it successful.
Yeah, it is.
Hazari Bhai, just inform us, you carry all excellent quality of seasonal fruits and vegetables. Inform us how much fragile and how much food items are wasted also.
Yeah, it all
Percentage-wise.
depends on your experience, right? I mean, I've been doing this, so we have a really
Lesser
good
percentage.
percentage on that. We are not losing that much of value on it, and I think maybe 5% of the produce might be going to the waste. Otherwise, we try to control our inventory and supplies, and we always try to buy the best, not the second quality, which is mostly available in the market. So that gives you more shelf life to everything. You know.
Very good. At Apna Farm, you have managed to supply sustainable food system by empowering our Canadian meat farmers for regular supply of beef, lamb, goat, chicken, so those kind of products. How do you manage this with meat farmers on a day-to-day basis? Plus, all your meat products are certified halal. To give us some account, maybe you can give us some account of how
The
this all
story
works.
about your meat, how you
How this
procure.
all
Yeah,
works.
first of
Do the
all, we
delivery to your
make
shop.
100% make sure like any supplier who brings meat to us is halal.
Halal, yeah.
So how do we do it? Is certification. We look at their certification. Every vendor has their certification of halal meat, and sometimes we go personally to the slaughterhouses and we check how
also.
they do it, and we make ourselves sure it is halal. Halal means hand slaughtered and the way
And
Islamic way, according to
Islamic
Islamic way.
traditions.
So that is the way we do it, and we mostly buy fresh halal Ontario meat from different suppliers, from poultry to lamb and
goat.
beef and everything.
Right.
So
From the Ontario farmers. Yeah.
Will you be
Nice.
telling our viewers why there is a price difference between a lamb and a goat? Such a huge difference.
So lamb and a goat. So lamb in Canada, because of the weather, you grow more. You can get more lambs.
More lamb, yeah.
And because it's more fatty animal with more heavy animal, so it has more life into it, and they grow more here. Right? So, but like goat, it's a very
Small,
lean thing.
Lean meat.
So, and it's not. But now we see a lot of goats coming up here.
Because I heard that this Italian person is doing this goat.
No, no, there are lots of people. Yeah, we have Italian people into slaughter business, in slaughterhouse
Right.
business. There are lots of people.
Lots of people.
But the farmers are everywhere. Now there's a lot of demand for goats. So it's coming. I mean, we are not short of goats, but it's according to weather and the time. Um, of course, there is some shortage. Sometimes there.
So do you still procure New Zealand lamb?
Yes, we do
There is a
some, but
demand?
there is a small demand for
Small
that in
demand.
my store. But normally, if you go to other big box store, they all sell New Zealand.
New Zealand meat.
So
Because
it's easier.
due to the smell, people they don't take.
But our is a custom cut store, right? I mean, so you come, you ask the butcher, how do you want them? He will
do
according
to your
to the.
taste.
Oh,
You want
nice.
steaks, he will make
Wow.
So it's
Oh.
not that you just pick up your chicken, whole chicken, and go home and clean
Right.
it. So we chop it for you, we clean it for you,
Clean for
we
you.
wrap
Everything's
it
all
up.
done, ready to go.
very
So
well
ready to
cooked.
go.
Yeah.
And when you go home, it's ready to cook.
Cook.
Wash.
And we have different type of meat, like
Perfect.
marinated meat, which is sells a lot, especially in summertime. Barbecues are ready.
Yes.
So just grab whatever you want and straight on the barbecue. You know.
Very nice. Very convenient.
Mustafa, as you belong to a very respectable and peaceful Bora community from Karachi, Pakistan, does the members of your family are also into fresh food market in Pakistan as well?
No, I don't. My background is I was in paper business, and we never had a thought of doing a grocery business. But I don't know. Since childhood, I was the person who used to bring groceries to my home. My mother used to send me, even when I was 7 years old, my mother used to send me, go grab this, go grab this. So that was it.
You were trained.
I 100% I feel like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Will you give some background of your community? What must be the approximate population here in Canada? And
in Canada it's more than about 5,000 to 6,000, because only in Mississauga our Jamaat is about more than 2,000 people.
2,000 people.
And
And overall in Canada, how many?
More than 6,000 to 7,000, 6,000, I think.
That's all.
Yeah, because if
How
I
come?
compare because they're spread out in Calgary, in
you spread out.
Edmonton,
Yeah,
in
but all over Canada, there must be 100,000 Boras here in Canada.
I don't think so. No,
Don't think
no.
so. It's a small
Yeah,
community.
small community. But everywhere, even in the U.S., there are lots of. Every state has a Boras there, you know.
Very nice. Now let's discuss the current affairs and fear of the tariffs being imposed by our neighboring USA. Will this also affect your business as well? And do
Cindy,
you?
before we continue, we will be taking a short break, and we'll be back with you soon. Welcome back after a short break in a weekly talk show, Voice of Canada. We have got a wonderful guest, Mr. Mustafa Hazari, who manages and operates the famous Apna farm, with my charming co-host Cindy Young.
So the next question, now let's discuss the current affairs and fear of the tariffs being imposed by our neighboring USA. Will this also affect your business as well? And do you import or sell American food items as well?
Okay, tariff hasn't affected us yet as a
No,
just
it will be implemented
if it's implemented, like a steel and what they call it, a few things, right? Of course, costs will go higher, because if I want to make another store like that, everything is gonna be like I'm paying like, I don't know, 30% more on whatever my cost is at the moment. And of course, the produce, like we're supposed to get it from US also. We can get it from Dominican, we get from Mexico, we got from other parts of the world too.
Right,
And we get lots of vegetables from USA in winter.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah, only citrus comes, like mostly you see the oranges or something
juice
like
and
that.
Orange juice also.
But now it's coming from everywhere in the world. Turkey, you name it, Egypt, you name it. You know, like a lot of places you can get.
Very good.
There are other options
That's a good
for
sign.
them.
Very
Yeah,
good.
it's a
That's nice that there's other options.
And of course, it will be diverted to the other parts of the world.
And we are also now making green plants.
Green plant.
green
now,
plants,
yes.
Yeah.
In Windsor, and in
the
2-3
greenhouses.
years' time, we'll be self-sufficient for vegetables.
Hopefully, yeah, that's a wonderful thing. It
That's
can
the
happen,
whole, yes.
We will be going back to your history of Apna Farm. You already stated that you opened first store in 2001 on Highway 10 in Eglinton.
Yeah.
Then tell us something about your store, which lasted for long on Winston Churchill.
Yeah, since 2001
The
when
small
I got
plaza.
into small plaza. Then on 2012 we got another lease opportunity on Winston Churchill and Hazelton.
Hazelton.
So we were there for about maybe about more than 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it was
It's a long time.
over there. From there we changed ourselves. You know, like
And
we
it was
opened the new one.
really over
But it was
jammed.
again very small store,
Very small and
but
very jammed,
but we
quite
were very
jammed.
busy over there. So always wanted to go into bigger space, and grace of God, we got this space. You know, like on Ridgeway Plaza.
And even at times the parking was an issue. In
Yeah,
that store,
of course.
Plaza. Because whenever
Parking
I used to
is
go,
issue everywhere.
Parking's
you know.
yes.
here too now.
You name
Even
it.
with
Yeah.
your gigantic store, to go to get a parking, it's out of question.
Wow.
Yeah.
Such a huge.
Parking everywhere is
It's
a problem.
everywhere. You know,
Yes,
even
everywhere.
you go to any mall, any plaza.
Any mall,
yeah,
anywhere,
yeah.
any store. Yes, absolutely. So currently you're located at a brand new, extremely busy Heartland Plaza on Ridgeway, and that's in Mississauga. And Mississauga is a central block where even parking is hard to find, so we were talking about that. And any time of the day, how do you manage such huge customer traffic from the time you open to the time you close? So it's obviously a very busy location.
While closing hour also, you must be pushing out. Okay, come on, we are closing now.
Yeah, we up to the last minute there are customers in there. We have to sometimes they have to
shoot them out a little
flick
bit.
the lights on and off so people know that we are
Time to
closing
close.
now.
And what time you open during the week?
We
close at
every day we open from 9 to 10,
10
and
o'clock.
one more thing, we never close.
You never
We are
close.
open
7 years,
365 days.
Yeah. Oh, that's yes.
Even on Christmas Day we are open. So
That's
Oh,
always
wow.
good to
Yeah.
know.
That's a good business.
Yeah.
it's just it's community based,
Service,
right?
yeah.
And
Yes.
I don't want my regular customers to go anywhere, and it's
Right.
a community thing.
Yeah.
And it helps them every day. Make sure they get it what they want, right?
Absolutely. And that they just keep coming to yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apna Farm also a huge counter for fresh food items. Do you cater as well? And you have rented a place for fresh meals, mostly Pakistani Indian. Is that on a rent?
No, that it is under my administration.
Under your administration.
Yeah, and I have a nice chef. You know him very well yourself.
The
so,
chef is very good.
Yeah,
And
so,
the food is every day
yeah,
fresh.
we make it fresh.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
So
that
we
is
have
not
lot
on
of
not on a rented basis
No.
that he's doing on his own. No.
no.
But how they charge on their own?
It's a separate entity, so like it's easier for a customer to pay it over
manage,
there
yeah,
rather than
yeah,
take
yeah.
the food all
So
around
that
the
account
store.
is also separate.
Yeah, so just that customers are easy, right? It comes to the same Apna Farm account. But thing is, like if you buy something and then you go all around the store, it doesn't look nice. So if you want your food, you can grab it and you can go.
Because we are very used to your food since the time
I
your
know.
new chef has come. Even our association, Zoroastrian Association.
Sounds
they
amazing.
Yeah,
ordered
they are
to your
regular.
store.
They are very good customers of us.
Customers,
Yeah,
So they always tell me this is from Apna Farm.
yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
14.
So after the pandemic was over, by the end of 2022, we all faced several new issues here in Canada, like sudden inflation, gas prices soaring, unemployment, gun violence. Did you have any difficulty in the operation of the Apna food, fresh
Apna
food
Farm.
market? Yeah. Did you have any?
You face any difficulties during COVID and after post-COVID?
Yeah, during COVID, there was a supply problem, not regular. There were a lot of shortages,
sure.
and of course, the inflation was hooked up, right?
Yes.
Especially imported items. And as you know, the bringing things from other parts of the world was
Very hard.
difficult.
Almost
very difficult,
impossible.
but it's gone like crazy high, right? So a container used to be costing about $3,000 before, and
Before COVID.
and before COVID, then it went up to $20,000
my
just to
God.
bring in the one container.
Wow.
So you can imagine what
difficult.
would be the price for.
Plus to
That
keep-
was the main thing, main issue with
That's
it.
crazy.
Plus in your previous store, there was a problem from wearing masks and all.
That
Being a
was
small store,
yeah.
And they used to be very strict. You wear a mask or you go out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was one of the things
Yes.
that we have to educate people,
Absolutely.
So Mustafa, before we sign out for today's interview, I would like you to say something more. Give us your final suggestion, remarks, comments, would you like to advise the community, the Canadians?
Yeah, for me, as I said in starting, that this is the best place for me, Canada, and I'm really thankful to Canada. Um, Only thing I learned from the day one when I arrived here, one of my, my role model in my life here in Canada, he advised me, this is a beautiful country, and just follow the rules and your duties.
Duties and
Do-
never play with the law.
Do not,
No.
never think of, hanky panky here or
Dodging
there.
the law.
Yeah.
So especially with the taxation and things like that, keep your books straight,
Yes.
and you will succeed. And
Amazing.
that is it. From that day, I always followed that, and Alhamdulillah, with the grace of God, today I'm where I'm today is because of that.
Right.
So I try to
For
be
honesty.
honesty and hard work, and
Honesty,
that's it.
integrity. Those are the
And
two.
it will pay you back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Thank you so much. With the final comments and suggestions from our guest speaker today, and thank you so much for being here for the famous Apna Farm Fresh Food Market. We shall be back next week, same time, our new episode of Voice of Canada, 8 p.m. sharp on every Saturday. Since our 2024 24-hour news channel and our shows are viewed all over the world, plus we can now be seen on Rogers and Shaw cable networks as well. So do keep watching Voice of Canada.
Thank you very much.
So with that final remark from our co-host and a guest speaker, we would like to thank once again Mustafa Hazari Bhai. You came from your such a hectic schedule. I'm aware that you came from US last night only,
Yeah.
but still you
Made it.
made it.
Made it here.
And for that we are grateful, and it will be really beneficial to you once you are on the air. People they know you. You are very popular. You don't need publicity, but still, reminder is always there for the people. You see, Mustafa Bhai came on a TV and talked so much about Apna
Thank you.
Farm.
Thank you, SBI.
So with that note, we will be signing off from today's interview of Voice of Canada with Apna Farm owner operator Mustafa Hazari Bhai. We would be again having another episode next week. Have a good night. Goodbye. God bless Canada. God save our King.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.